Hello, collectors and heavy equipment enthusiasts. You have joined me for yet another brand new Diecast Emporium review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the all-new Diecast Masters Highline Series 150th scale Caterpillar 323 GX hydraulic excavator. This is similar to Diecast Masters 320 GX hydraulic excavator because it is essentially the same machine, except it has a slightly larger bucket and slightly larger tracks. The GX series excavators by Caterpillar are geared towards the Chinese market, and they offer contractors a affordable machine at a lower cost with lower fuel consumption, lower maintenance cost, and as I mentioned before, a lower initial purchase price when compared to the popular Cat GC models for emerging markets. So, the Highline series models, as we all know by now, come in the white outer shipping boxes that protect the metal tins. So, let's open up one side. You know what the next step is. That shows us the white nylon bag, which protects the metal tin. The GX series excavators, both the 320 and the 323, are presented beautifully in these black metal tins. You can hear the metal there. 85675 is the model number for the 323. There's a picture of the real machine, 150th scale. If this is your first time watching any of my Diecast Masters Caterpillar models, please take note that these are in no way, shape, or form intended as sandbox toys. These are adult collectible diecast scale models. The top of the tins have the GX letters with the stick and the bucket in the background. Back of the tin. Yet another photo of the real machine, and for those of you interested in the real information, such as the machine dimensions and operational specifications, please, at this point, feel free to pause the video and you can read about that. Okay, let's return to the unboxing. Pop the top. First things that we see out of the box, the Diecast Masters Cat catalog. This has the entire product range of the Diecast Masters Cat lineup, including everything in the Highline series, the Evolution series, and the Core Classics lineup. Second thing, we have a single sheet of instructions, and I will show you how to do this. Very simple, it just shows you how to install the operator figure in the cabin of the excavator. We have a yellow plastic tweezers, again, helpful in putting the operator in the cab if you need it. And finally, our famous operator figure himself, ready to go to work. In the bottom layer of foam rubber, we find our 323 excavator. The only other thing that you need to do, as you can see here, the tracks are protected with some plastic protection around them. Carefully remove that, and now you're ready to display your model. Okay, so just like the 320, if you wanted to put the operator figure in the cab, carefully take the top portion of the cab off, which is plastic. Grab your operator figure with some gentle, positive, encouraging words. Plop him in the cab. Tell him he's got to go to work for 48 hours without a break. Use the tweezers for some fine-tune adjustments. Put the top of the cab back on. Make sure it's snapped and in the spot perfectly. And now, you're really ready to go to work. All right, let's begin by taking a look at the decals and details on this 323. A lot of them are very similar to what's on the 320. So the vent details are applied with decals and look almost as if they are see-through. It is so well done. You have the Cat and 323 GX Next Gen logos, again, applied perfectly. Cat here on the boom. You have a warning label on the stick, and you have several tie-down point graphics on the track frames for where you would tie the machine down to a lowboy trailer. Moving towards the rear, you can see yet another Cat Next Gen logo on the counterweight with some reflectors and lights. On the right side of the machine, you have a door handle here for one of your engine access panels for maintenance, warning label, the same Cat Next Gen 323s and GX. Same Cat here, same warning label. Other details of note include a right side mirror with a silver surface, although it is non-reflective, a rubber hand and grab protection rail. Your catwalks are actually textured, so if you move your pointer over it, you can listen and hear that, which gives it a very realistic and pleasing feel to it. All of your hydraulic lines, again, rubber, flexible. Some of them are molded in metal into the actual casting, but down here in your swing motor, those are all separate rubber black pieces. You have an antenna on top of the cab, some more lights, a thin exhaust. Moving towards the front end of things, this bucket, like the 320, has a 5-tooth bucket, although these teeth are different, and the bucket is different on this machine than it is on the 320. You can see different wear plating as well on the underside of the bucket. The track frames as well, the track shoes, are also slightly larger, it appears to me anyway, on the 323 than it is on the 320. Looking from the front, we can see the lights, the cab interior with the joysticks and the controls. You can see the detail on the bucket as well, and that brings us back to where we started. Let's begin now with functionality. Okay, this is a metal track machine, so let's check out the functionality of the tracks. They will roll very freely, both of them. They are also linked together. You can rotate the excavator 360 degrees. Mechanism works quite well. It doesn't get stuck at any particular angle, so you can rotate it freely. All right, let's check out the main excavator functionality with the boomstick and bucket. Let's check out the high end of things first. We can go up to here. We can go out to here. The cylinders are a bit stiff on this model, especially the cylinder that controls the bucket. Also, be aware that this bucket is a lot bigger and heavier than it is on the 320. So there's the higher end of things. Let's do the lower end of things. Now mine will only go down to here, which again, pretty respectable, nothing negative to write home about, but there is quite a bit of cylinder still exposed there. So again, a skilled collector could probably do with a bit of modification to get the cylinder to close up completely inside the cylinder jacket. All right, how does it look when it's at the opposite end of its full extremity? Let's pull it in. So here we have a parked pose with the bucket completely retracted in. For parked load, now we have it completely retracted in with the boom and stick as well for a transport position. Now we'll dig beneath itself with the bucket all the way down. And there you go. So there is your full excavator functionality on the 323. All right, before we show what it looks like with a dump truck and a lowboy, let's do a direct side-by-side comparison with the 320 GX. So here we have the 323 GX, the subject of this model review video, and then we have the 320. So again, 320 GX, 323 GX. So getting these both up close and personal, you can see that the bucket is much larger, and you can see, hopefully, that the track frames are slightly larger on the 323 than they are on the 320. Looking from the rear, now the 323 is here and the 320 is here. You can see that the counterweight also appears to be slightly larger, and the stick also appears to be slightly larger. So in fact, the castings themselves are completely different, and once you look at them side by side, you can see that Diecast Masters certainly didn't take the easy road when it comes to tooling the exact same casting and slapping two different graphics on it. They in fact tooled two completely different castings when modeling the 320 GX and the 323 GX. Before we conclude the video, let's return now to the 323 GX review and see what it looks like with a Western Star dump truck. As you can see, the two make a pretty decent pairing. There you go. There's our dump truck pose. Now, let's bring in a lowboy, which we also have a Diecast Masters Western Star 49X with a specialized lowboy. Bring him in, connect him together, retract our excavator for a lowboy position, transport mode, and put him on the deck. So, in conclusion, the Diecast Masters Caterpillar 323 GX excavator in 1/50th scale is an excellent addition to your collection. Both of these machines, whether you choose the 320 or the 323GX, are different enough to be a welcome addition to your 150th scale excavator collection, and the fact that they're Chinese market or emerging market machines make them a pretty rare commodity here, at least in the States. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care, be well. I'll see you in the next review.